Last time on D&D. Last time you guys basically ran into an army. That a Black Veil army. You got back from the tower, saw that the road was destroyed. Franklin was kind of comatose. But you found him just perched in the carriage. But you guys stopped by. Well, Franklin did sending or message or whatever the spell is from the wherever he is to give you guys a little bit of insight. Yes,
because that's the third level spell that can cross planes.
Yes,
he used it 3 times actually.
Great, love that.
Or to send not a lot of information.
We only needed like maybe 2.25 uses.
Since then, you guys have rested and all that stuff, so you have all your stuff. But you basically talked to the captain of Captain Lawrence of the Inquisition, and he basically sent you guys with a few of his elite guards or elite soldiers, whatever people he trusts, to go with you guys to the city. They basically, dress down into like civilian whatever, so that they're not in like their military uniform. And you guys walked into the gates of the city, and basically, I believe whoever of you commissioned stuff went and got your things. So at this point, it is probably mid-morning as you guys got up and got to the city gates first thing in the morning. I guess as you guys... So once you reach the city, what are people going to be doing? Just so I have a general idea of what people's goals are as soon as you guys get into the city.
You mean after I went to grab my shit? Or that is my goal?
Yeah, that is your...
Okay.
Grabbing my shit.
Shit grabbing.
I don't really know. I might try and ask around the mercenary guild and see if there's any rumors about untoward activity from certain suspicious people who may have definitely taken a necromantic home. Really just rumors in general, but that would be where I would know people.
Sure, yeah. For sure. Give me persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
That's your guild member.
I do not have my character sheet up. There we go. Persuasion. Advantage.
11. Okay. So you glean some stuff. Some of the people know that you pick basically some of the thing. What the general focus has been on recently is roughly around the time you guys got back, a scout came back saying, "Hey, not too far away from here, there's a giant military camp of Black Veil soldiers just chilling." So it seems like part of the city has been getting the main focus has been a bit of confusion of could we be preparing our defenses, or are we allying with them on this issue, or what's the deal? But you know that both a lot of people in the city have adamantly defended Silver Lake is like, there's no way we have any activity going on here. If they get closer to us, this is going to be seen as an act of war, and we're going to have to retaliate, or prepare for a siege or something. So it seems like that is what is kind of like brewing in the barracks.
Lots of unrest.
Has anybody stay? So temporarily, Franklin is unconscious. So I assume wherever you guys plan to spend the night or whatever, something while you're here, I assume Horrid probably goes with Franklin to
And
wherever
dump
that
the
is.
body. What?
Yeah. Sort of a thing. So, is anybody gonna go with them, or I guess
I'm still shit grabbing.
what is Bertold gonna do once he gets into the city? Let's start there.
Well, I probably will try and keep an eye on things to make sure that they don't, like, murder our bard in their sleep.
Mm-hmm.
appreciate
But
that.
also, I'm going to be, probably doing some investigating, trying to find if there are any of, like, the secret symbols, as part of Thieves' Cant, which I'll just... The second paragraph is... Well, I'm looking for stuff related to that.
Oh, sure.
That might be relevant. Maybe
Yeah.
snooping a bit around, like, particularly looking for what might be marked as dangerous, because necromancers seem dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll say you accompany Torrid and Franklin to an inn or whatever you guys set up. Okay, we're gonna go there. Torrid's like, okay, I'll take him up to the room. And then you go off to do your thing. To go look for stuff. So you can find, while you're looking around the city, looking in maybe some of the less savory places in the city. You do pick up that there is probably some sort of thieves guild here in the city, based on your Thieves' Cant. So you could probably locate maybe like some sort of probably like, you walk into like an oddity shop or something like that, and you can definitely tell based on the markings and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, there's probably somebody in some sort of thieves guild that runs this place, or at least like stakes out here.
Alright. Does it look like anyone's around?
As you walk in, there's a there's like an older gentleman with one arm who as you walk in, he's like, "Hey Sonny, what can I do you?"
I would like to try and begin the operation, or begin the discussion with, like, a Thieves' Cant opener, trying to be like, I'm looking for information.
Gotcha. Sure.
Of, like, however that works, that doesn't make me seem like a raving lunatic.
Yeah, for sure. Some sort of, like, key phrase or something like
Yeah.
that. That's pretty spread out. Sure. He says, "Oh yeah. I see. Well, there has been. Give me a persuasion on top of that."
Persuasion. I'm not that good at persuasion.
Okay. He obviously doesn't recognize you. So he's a little taken aback that you kind of like understand the cant, but says, he kind of passes like continuing in like the thieves' cant, like as if
Yeah.
he basically implies that if you want more information, you might want to look around the dungeons.
All right. I'll thank him for his time, and I will drop let's say 4 gold onto the counter surreptitiously.
He very greedily pockets it, and then thanks you for stopping in.
Yeah. Look, I know to tip my sources. Keeps their lips closed better.
So, up to this point, Franklin, you've been kind of stuck in this other plane, or your mind has, with your new friend.
With my new
And
friend.
basically, at some point, while you guys are there, basically once you get to the room, so as far as you can tell, she is both here in body and mind, while you are just here in mind.
Right.
So the rest of
For some
So-
reason.
yeah. So at one point, while Torrid's like unpacking his stuff or whatever and getting ready to like head out or whatever, she's like, "Ooh, I want to try something," and she says something in some language, and your body, like, you feel yourself like basically getting forced back into your body. So you wake up in the bed, and as you wake up in the bed, Torrid just falls over, and his body just kind of collapses, like in the doorway as he's walking out the door.
Oh no. Okay. Great. I sit up and I look around. Who's here with me? Is it just the Torrid in the
Just
doorway?
you and Torrid, and you do
I
not
am
see.
grabbing shit.
And you do not see
Great.
you do not see your friend or her dog.
Okay, right. Okay. Well, I think I know what just happened because I've been kind of able to see everything, right? Okay, well, I assume... Okay, I'm gonna run over to Torrid and just, like, start slapping his face, like, come on, man, wake up, what happened? And try to see if I can figure out what happened to him.
He seems to have, his eyes are just kind of glazed over, and he seems to just be, he's just kind of like a sack of potatoes, and he has you get the vague sense that what happened to you may have now happened to Torrid.
Right. Okay. Okay, great. Oh, I mean, not great. I'm gonna try to drag him into the bed then.
Sure. Give me a strength check.
Okay. That's not
This
great,
is gonna
my
go
friends.
great.
I know
Yeah.
Torrid is not like. What is your strength?
Me? It's an 8.
Okay, that's still enough to lift a humanoid.
Okay.
That's fair.
Cool.
But yeah, you're basically able to like heft him up and get him up in the bed and there, so he's comfortable.
Probably
in a
can't
comfortable
princess
position.
carry the guy anywhere, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Torrid
Sure.
doesn't exactly wear plate.
That's
Thank
true.
God. Okay. I'm just gonna be like, after I get him into the bed, I'm just gonna kind of like look around with my hands out, like I don't know what's going on, and just be like, Yume, I don't know if you can hear me, but you probably can because I could hear, or maybe you can't. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait here. I don't know what you just did, but hopefully you can get you and Torrid back. And I don't want to leave you alone. So yeah. And that's what I say. And then I sit
Okay.
down and watch Torrid.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so for those of you acquiring shit, you've acquired your shit.
Shit acquired.
What are you going to do after you acquire said shit?
I was out of context. I was thinking, are we gonna go about this at all diplomatically, or are we just charging in and killing someone? Because if the former, I might change into Kaovin Lane.
We do kind of have to, find the things, right? Like,
Bertold is going into this trying to find the evidence to prove that this kid is a necromancer, so that this will hopefully go smoother.
that's
Samus
Okay.
is open to trying to do this peacefully, but it probably isn't the first time that I've had to try and arrest someone who was like someone's son, and then they tried to fight me even if I was in the right.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I
Look,
feel like
I just want the
with the
Bertold
army
just
looming
wants the
overhead, it's
paperwork.
probably best to be ready for ways. So
Bertold
I'll
just
stay
wants-
in Batman garb.
Yeah. To
I'll
be
change
clear,
into my half plate though.
to be clear, this is all about getting the paperwork so that if anyone higher up comes, we can be like, "Hey, we have evidence for this."
We
Mhm.
slaughtered
And
the Duke's son in cold blood, but it was okay.
yeah.
DM, I would like to spend the next 6 minutes changing out of my light armor and into my half plate.
Okay.
Okay, so after I do that, I might go help with the effort to glean information. I could be, and despite popular belief, I could be quite the intimidating individual.
Okay. So obviously Ramvik flew over the wall before like any of you had a conversation. So he's doing his own thing. Did the rest of you be like, "Hey, let's meet back at this place at this time," or did you just go off and do your own things?
I imagine that we would have arranged for a time to meet because or a place to meet.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise, we've only been in the city one time before. I don't know what we would do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Centurion guard guys or whatever that came with you, they said they'll also agree to meet wherever you guys are meeting. They'll reconvene with you guys, but they're gonna go do their own investigation.
Did they give us a time that they were gonna
I would like to rephrase this. We agree to meet with the Centurions, and then after they leave, we agree to meet again without them.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So when did we say we were gonna meet with the Centurions?
So they'll say let's meet at like, whatever, 4 o'clock or something like that. It's probably the mid morning, so it's probably like 9 or 10, 9 or 10 in the morning, and they're like, let's meet at like 4 or 5, between 4 and 5 at, they're just gonna say like, maybe some inn somewhere, or like at like the market district. Let's just say that.
Sure.
They'll say, let's meet there. Let's meet at the market district between this time and this time. And then you guys are like, okay, we're gonna not do that.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily not want to meet with them, but I want to have a chance to meet with ourselves.
Yeah,
Discuss like what we're going to tell them and stuff.
I agree with Brian. I like having the option of like not being joined at the hip guy and having like an understanding in the party. I don't even know this guy's name. I don't even know if he has a wife, and I asked twice.
His name is Charles.
He would be Charles.
But is his wife's name also Charles?
Oh my!
I don't know, maybe.
It's
He didn't
Charlie.
answer the question.
Charlie.
So it could be like Charlotte or something. Yeah, she could also be a unicorn.
Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Lie in wait and steal kidneys?
Y'all.
So do we agreed to meet before them then? An hour before?
I mean,
or something?
for convenience, you could just say meet at the inn that you guys rented bedrooms for before then, or
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
I would probably say
Well-
before then, because they
Yeah,
might want to
before.
do something at the time.
Yes, I agree.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So
If
I
they
will
say
say-
if they want to meet at 4 or 5, then should we meet at like 2 or 3 then?
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I'll say
Right.
you've all
I'll be
done
back.
one thing. You'll all have time to do one more thing before you meet back up. So, Ramvik, after you grab your stuff, what are you doing?
Is there somewhere that serves like cooked mushrooms instead of just these mushroom rations I've been eating?
Most definitely.
Like just get like a mushroom omelet or
Mhm.
like one of those mushrooms that's supposed to replace a steak. You know,
Oh,
something
sure.
like that.
Yeah, you find a
Portobello?
nice.
Portobello.
You find like I was gonna say like a vegan restaurant, but I don't think those would exist in this era.
You can do whatever you want to with the setting. If you say
That's
they're
true.
vegans, they're vegans. Especially like elves are often canonically essentially vegan, right? Like there's
That's
actually
true.
basis for it existing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is welcome to our vegan restaurant. Fair warning, we get raided every 3 weeks because someone thinks there's a druid here. There is no druid. It's the same guy every time. Crazy Cologne is just crazy and insists his name is Cologne.
So you go to Cologne's.
Things I did not expect to be canonized.
Run. Yeah, it's. He's the chef. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you go to that and you order your mushroom steak, and it is delicious.
Ah.
Okay. Okay, Samus, after you talk up the guild, what would you like to do?
I want to try and look at the guild records. I don't know if they'll let me, but I want to see if there have been like requests for missing persons within the past, like if there have been more requests to find missing people within the past 10 years since this guy apparently found this necromancy tome.
Ah, that's actually a really good idea. Yeah, it's the guild records are. It's kind of like a public. It's guild members can come in. It's like a public knowledge thing. So
Okay.
you can go in, start doing some research, looking through things, and and yes, you do notice that since, like, it has been a slow ramp up, where it's like, you go back like, 15, 20 years, it's every now and then as you start to get to like 10 years ago, it starts to become more frequent. It seems like as it's gotten to more recently, it's been a bunch of disappearances. So, like, yeah, it started to it has been a gradual ramp up over the past 2 decades.
Great.
What happened the past 2 decades?
There have been an increased number of missing person cases since
Uh-oh.
this necromancy tome was acquired.
Do you think that could have to do with the necromancer that we're chasing?
Maybe.
Nah, unrelated.
Oh, well, if Ramvik says so.
A law passed to where they no longer have to put the manhole covers in the manholes. And now people just vanish.
Man, these people have modern sewer systems? That's
No,
incredible.
it's
No, they just have holes that are
There's
normally covered.
no, there's just holes.
You
No,
need the
that's-
level 1 dungeon somewhere, Ryan.
the terrain under the city hasn't rendered in.
There you go.
They just clip through the world.
That sounds like the back rooms.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Franklin, are you just chilling in the room this whole time until the group gets back?
Yeah, pretty much. I feel pretty like pretty dedicated to watching over Torrid to make sure nothing happens to his body.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna be here until somebody else gets back.
Well, at least we've now established that you know when we'll be back, so you're not just going to be
Right.
waiting forever.
That's nice.
Actually, that's a good point because we know when we're gonna meet up. I could just, instead of investigating as Batman, I could actually still dress up or not dress out and look like Kaevis, and then like maybe look at like talk to some contacts that I have. Be like,
Yeah.
hey, do you know where this guy is? What's his activity been like? Maybe lose connection, but maybe it's there.
Sure.
So yeah,
Let's
make sure that you do the Wayne things for him.
Oh. Sure.
What?
Yeah. So let's do Bertold first, and then we'll do Kaevis. So Bertold, you have enough time. So you know that there is the barracks has a jail, but the dungeons are like in the dungeons are like under the palace.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be in, upper city, sort of a place. So you'd have to either A, find a back way in, or try to get through the front gates of the palace.
I'll look for a back way in using probably the same. Looking for those markers.
Sure. Give me go ahead and just give me either perception or investigation.
Perception, you say? To shreds, you say?
Should you say? Yeah, so you kind of just as you kind of skirt around the palace walls, you can see like there's a couple things that are marked as like little things, and eventually you basically find like there's like this one piece of the wall that's like kind of facing it's basically a point where it's like there's like the city wall and the palace wall get really close to each other, and there's a little gap in between them that there's like markings on there to indicate, hey, if you can jimmy through this little hole, you can get into the backside of the palace.
All
That's
right,
what she said.
I'm going in.
Okay,
Sorry.
give me acrobatics to like wedge in there.
Acrobatics. Not as good.
So you're trying to like find the way to like wedge yourself in there, but like parts of the rock, like the walls and stuff, it's really hard unless you like kind of have to like contort yourself a little bit. Like you're like just too big without like trying to chisel away part of the wall or whatever.
This is like well outside of where people are looking, right?
Correct.
Does it help if I try and use my climber's kit stuff or whatever? I have some batons and such.
Yeah, sure. You might be able to like, chip away at part of the stuff and whatnot. So sure.
Get
I
on
was
your crampons and
Yeah, I was thinking more like going a bit up and back down.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. So I don't think there's a check for that. So just like, I think it's pretty. Because I know like climbing a rope is just like pretty a basic thing. So with that, I'll say go ahead and give me, since you're using the climbing stuff, either give me athletics with advantage or acrobatics with advantage. You try to climb up the way you need to and slide it. Okay, yeah. So you, with your kit, you're like, okay, piting here, and you like lift yourself up and kind of like, and you just kind of drop down through the hole. You find like the perfect angle to slip through the thing, and so you come in and like where the wall is, so you're like on the other side of the wall, and you're like facing the back of the palace, and you're like, when you drop in, you like drop into a bunch of like foliage. So you're basically like in like some bushes, and it seems like you are in the gardens on the backside of the palace. What do you
All
do?
right. I try and make my way to trying to find the dungeons. in
Sure.
there.
So as you kind of pop out, your passive perception's what, 19?
19.
Okay. So as you're here in the bushes, you can see that there's a couple people. It seems like, you know, there's a few people out here in the gardens just kind of taking a stroll. Couple well-dressed women. There's a gentleman smoking a pipe and like reading a book on a bench, but it doesn't seem like there's that many people, but it seems like there's a few people wandering through the gardens here. As a couple people pass you, you hear them talking about the gala that's coming up in a day or two.
Oh boy. I make a mental note of if it takes that long, that's useful. I'm very worried about what Rambek would do at a gala.
That's actually exactly what I was thinking. I was like, if Kaobus was able to get in there and bring like +1s, he would probably be like, not rampant.
Franklin would go crazy for a gala, though.
Yeah, I think we could figure something out if that came to it. Bertold could dig out some stuff and...
It seems like it is tomorrow night.
Okay.
Damn.
And
Uh,
as you can see, like, you can see the people are here. Maybe that's why there's activity here, because people have started to come for
Yeah.
the night or the day before and whatnot. But sure. So, do you want to stealth your way, or are you just gonna try to like, I know I belong here, and just kind of, you know, walk your way through the gardens to where
Good fellas in there.
Do I have the medieval equivalent of a clipboard and a hard hat? I feel like that's something I would have.
You have like
That seems like in character to
Like an
be
apron. And,
A
Yeah.
serf's
I don't know,
costume.
what would that be?
or like a
You know.
servanty outfit.
Sure. Sorry.
Hello,
Maybe you
yes,
can
I'm
get
the
a
new
hold of
butler.
A uniform?
I'm here to buttle.
Beautiful.
I don't know why you would have that on you, so you might be able
Wait.
to go find some stuff.
That's true.
Yeah, just find like a spare uniform closet or the laundry or something. Somewhere.
Agent
I am
47,
here
this up
to-
it is.
I am here to buttle. I
So,
don't
if
recognize you. Of course I haven't been here before. I'm not here to rebuttal.
Terrible.
Then they just look at you as blood drips out of their eye from the aneurysm he just gave them.
Why does it sound familiar?
So
Carcosa.
So if you want to take, if you want to give a stealth check, you can to sneak your way through the gardens or somewhere where you might be able to think. Okay. Yeah, so you're able to scoot your way through the things or whatever, and you basically you can get inside pretty easily, and you're not really familiar with this layout of the palace, but you have been in other royalty, probably other palaces and stuff before, so you could kind of guess where you think the dungeons may be.
Mhm.
So I'd say give. I don't even know what check that would be. I was gonna say history.
Investigation, history,
Yeah.
insight.
Yeah, investigation. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, insight might not be bad also, because I know you're good at that.
I'm very good at insight.
So,
I'm not
see-
very familiar with this.
Yeah, so you kind of walk in and you're like, this way, and you just kind of walk off in a direction. I'm gonna make a roll with
The
advantage.
subject of your insight check is the engineer who designed the castle. Those people are not always understandable. So if you lose, it might not be your fault.
Yeah, so you basically kind of just wander in a direction that you're like, this is kind of where I think it is, and you, lucky enough, you basically get to a hallway where at one end of the hallway there's a door with there's like a set of steps that go down, and then there's a set of steps that go up. You presume that up would be to the servants' quarters and down would be to the dungeons.
Should I go try and find a disguise or go down to the dungeons? I feel like I'm just gonna go down to the dungeons. I don't have a ton of time.
Sure. So you go down, and you go down the stairs. It's like a little spiral staircase. You get to the bottom, and there's a short hallway with a door that like has a slat on it or whatever, and yeah. So there's just a short hallway, door. Door has a little slat. The slat's closed, and that's what you see when you get there.
I will listen at the door.
Give me a perception check. Sure. So you like lean into the door and listen, and you can hear there's a couple kind of voices on the other side, presumably guards. And you hear one say, like, to the other, they're just kind of, shooting the shit and that sort of thing, and then you hear one of them bring up,
Did you hear Mark shot his shit? Sorry.
It's been, we haven't, since we've transferred a few members from the jail over here, I thought it was weird that the Duke's son sent someone to bring a couple of the prisoners to a different part of the dungeons, I guess. I guess there's a lower thing down there. They're probably being brought out for execution. Yeah, and that's kind of like they're the other one's like, oh yeah. I mean that's weird that someone of that stature would come down here, but it seemed like it was probably an edict or something that's above our pay grade, and we just did what we were told and let them take them down.
I'm not really the bluffing type, so I will take this as my cue to be like, I don't think I can get much more info. because my deception is 0.
Fair. Sure. So, are you gonna head back to your rendezvous point then?
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me one more stealth check as you go. Are you gonna go back through the gardens, or are you just gonna try to go out through the way you came in, or are you just gonna try to nonchalantly leave through the front of the palace?
I figure if there's a gala going on tomorrow, nonchalantly leaving seems like the better option.
Sure.
Less subterfuge looking.
Okay. As
There's
you
some hard man ass bullshit going on.
yes.
Yeah?
As you are leaving, because you see as you are leaving, you kind of catch side glances at one of the centurions. You guys kind of pass each other, and he sees you but doesn't acknowledge your presence or whatever, and he seems to be walking back into the palace. So
I make a mental note of, if he has distinctive features, I make a mental note of them as best I can.
Sure. Yeah. He's one of the centurions. His name's Marcus.
Okay.
Marcus
Marcus?
Aurelius.
Yes.
Aurelius? Fortunatus?
Alright.
So Cavis, after you get your stuff, what would you like to do?
So, what palace did Berthold go to?
The palace. The royal palace in the city.
And then that's where the Duke's son lived.
That's where the Duke and his family lives. And probably some other minor nobles, but...
I mean, I imagine that trading merchants and whatnot somewhat interact with, royalty, but I guess they'd have to be, highfalutin merchants. There's a gala. I wouldn't know about this gala. They said that's tomorrow. Never mind. I wouldn't even know about that anyways.
You could give me a history check.
Okay, so no. I don't know. I'm not sure what leads I can chase distinctively. Is it? I don't know. Is there any merchants or whatnot that I would know in Silver Lake that I might ask around about?
There's
100%
definitely a shipping, probably a ship maker, or they have a pretty sizable port because they have a massive lake here and an outlet to the ocean. So
There might be buildings from your quote unquote company here in the town.
yeah,
I mean,
They
I
might
don't
have
have to screw around there. I could go there.
there might be a Wayne shipping enterprise building here or something
Okay. I'll check in with them first before what's the word? Dabbling, fraternizing with the other merchants.
Sure. So you go to the Silver Lake Regional Office.
And just
Of
yell,
the-
Lucius! I need more shit!
Lucius, I need to be able to turn my head.
Yes.
Lucius, I opened this pouch on my belt and tried to take out what was inside, and a full-sized attack dog did not appear. Get in here and fix it.
You're fired. After you fix it.
After you're done, type in your name.
Sure. So, as you go in, there's a guy who's probably he has It's probably a guy there at the counter as you come in, like spectacles, and there, whatever. And he like, he's reading through like a ledger or something, and he says, the little like ding bell chimes as you walk in, or he says, welcome to the Wayne Enterprise Shipping Company. How can I help you today? And he looks up and he says, Mr. Wayne, sir.
All right, good to see you. Does he have a name tag on?
His name's Clarence.
Okay.
I mean, you probably hired him. So
But that doesn't mean he remembers him.
No, that lessens the chance of me remembering him.
I was gonna say you could probably just choose to name him whatever you want.
Carl.
I like to get along with my employees.
I was not expecting you here. I thought you were still in Karandris.
Yes, well, I am a very well-traveled man, as I'm sure you kind of just go with my whimsy. How has trade been here so far at Silver Lake? I've heard things have been heating up a bit.
Yes, I mean there was that terrible thing that happened with Misty Fish up the river, and it was that has definitely affected our trade, as they are one of our stopping ports to come in and out of the lake. But I'm sure you know that. But things have been fine. Though as of recently, we've been told to pause our shipping from the town guard. Apparently, there's some sort of military thing happening.
Yes, of course. That's understandable. We don't want to step on any toes.
How can I help you today, sir?
Yes, well, before our, it's not a hard word. Before our trading and our business was paused, did we have any sort of business with the Duke? Did we have any customers in the palace up there?
Oh, let me see. Well, I believe we have. Yes, I believe one of let's see, the Duke, his niece, I believe, was requesting a yacht be built. I believe we are working on that. Is not quite done yet, but it should be done within the week.
All right. I just wanted to check it and see how much business we've been having with the, I guess, more distinguished taste of that society. It's important to be able to touch all aspects of people here.
Yes. Of course, yes. I mean, we do have a few other nobles that are some of the. One of the nobles runs the fishing business here. We generally do a lot of repairs and stuff on their boats and things, so we have, pretty steady flow of business from them.
All right, there. You would think I would remember, but I've been traveling all over the place. The Duke's niece you mentioned, that is an interesting customer. I'm glad that we've landed her. Could you remind me of her name again?
Yes. See, I believe it is. Courtney McTaggart.
Interesting. McTaggart. That does sound familiar. Why does McTaggart sound familiar to me?
That was
because that's the family name.
Yeah, I know. I just want to see what you say.
Yeah. Okay.
That is the family name of the Duke and his family.
Right. No, sorry. Again, I've been traveling around all over.
Yes.
Sorry.
If you would like, if you would like a meeting, I suppose I could try to arrange one with them, her.
Yeah,
someone.
just while I'm in the area, it sounds like. I mean, it sounded like she was looking forward to this whole yacht business, and now all of a sudden there's this military incursion. While I'm in the area, it might be good to just give her my own personal apologies. Hopefully, get things straight, get on her good side, and make sure that she knows that we're here for the customer here.
Ah, yes. Well, very good, sir. Yes. It is good to keep up rapport. I can send a message to the palace, and we can arrange a time to meet, perhaps this evening. I don't know what their schedule would be.
Yes, I imagine that things are busy. Well, keep me in the loop. I know a lot of things are happening around here, but I do want to get on that as soon as I can.
Yes, I'll write up a request and send it off with one of our fastest messengers.
All right. Thank you very much. And she is the only. I mean, while I'm checking up on the high-profile customers we have, she is the only one in the Duke's family, I suppose, for example, that we would be in contact with as far as customers go.
Directly at this time, yes. If we get a response, would you like me to send it to where are you staying in the city? I can send a correspondence if we receive word.
What's the name of the inn we were meeting at? The Stanky Fish Inn?
Sure.
Whatever that inn's name is.
Yeah, send it to the, right now I'm staying in the Stanky Fish Inn. I just wanted to have a more, while I'm traveling around, just have a more boots on the ground, more earthy experience, you know?
Yes, of course.
Excuse me.
Sure. I will, send something there right away if we receive word. And he says, as he, he does that, and, he says something to, someone at the, he says something, and as you leave, you see, honestly, probably an Aarakocra fly off towards the palace.
Gonna pretend I didn't see that.
Often there are, in just as general thing, Aarakocra generally messengers because.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And just like the Free Nations.
I just know the last time I saw Aarakocra like fly over a wall, my vision was fading and he was getting riddled with arrows.
It worked because they were too busy doing something else. Who knows what?
I don't know. I was unconscious.
These may be related.
So, okay. So all of you reconvene. You guys get back to the tavern. Whoever gets back first, it doesn't really matter. As you guys get back,
I will. Sorry, continue.
I was gonna say, as you walk into your room, you notice, hey, Franklin's conscious, and Torrid's unconscious.
And Franklin's holding a frying pan, and is covered in blood.
Everybody just roll a d20 so I can see who gets back first, just for the flavor. Okay.
Keeping up the tradition.
Let's see. That's Ramvik. You also roll. Oh, you did. I'm blind. Okay. So, Samus, you get back first. Yeah, so you walk in, you see Franklin's there, conscious, just staring at Torrid, who's unconscious on the bed.
I'm playing music too.
Do I need to give you two a moment, or
Oh, hey there, Samus. Good to see ya. Well, I do have to tell you something though, and that's that there are two other individuals in this room. I assume that you're not aware of, or you may be aware of. This is very confusing for me. You have
I
to
close the door and walk out.
And knock him back out.
Okay. As you leave the room, Rambic is coming like up down the hallway towards your guys' room.
You know what, Ramvik? Maybe you should talk to them.
Okay.
These rooms
I'll
have
go in.
very good acoustic.
Okay, so you walk in, you see the same thing. Franklin's there just drumming his, or whatever, playing his bagpipes, and
liar.
you see, yeah, you're a liar, and then he's sitting there, and Torrid's unconscious on the bed.
Alright, you look different. I didn't know you
Oh
played.
yeah, you look different too. Last time I saw you, you were a little grayscale to me. I think you couldn't see me at all.
Ah.
Oh, you have to understand, something strange has been happening. I don't know how much you've actually gotten of it. I know I tried to send you some messages, but no, my head's felt weird this whole time. So, anyway, I guess Torrid's there now, and I'm here, so I'm just waiting for you, May, to
that's not
figure it
that far
out.
away.
Well, it kind of depends on how you measure it, I guess. It's either right next to us or and I don't know, an infinite distance away, I guess.
Are you high?
Oh, no, but if you've got
Gotta
something,
be
I could
careful
really
about
use it.
which mushrooms you eat.
You know, I preferred our pipe weed, which, you know, thanks for reminding me. You know, I gotta grab some of that out right now. That'd be really helpful.
Helps
No,
him deal with
no.
Ram.
When you all were gone, I met an elven princess. I know this sounds crazy. Please stay with me.
So, when do I show up, Sam?
You show up as soon as he says, "So I met an elven princess."
I'm like, insight check. No, that's not a 10. That is actually a
19.
But he rolled
No,
a
it's-
1.
No.
not yet. It's merely a 17.
Great. I'm not lying.
Yeah,
Yeah. Also,
no,
you're
no,
not
you're
lying,
right.
but Bertolt did not believe you until he was
totally.
like, until that insight check. He knows that you bullshit sometimes. So he's like,
Valid. I can
oh,
be
it
a
doesn't
little
seem like he's lying.
fantastical,
Okay.
but I promise this actually happened. When she, oh gosh, I guess probably I shouldn't let authorities hear about this, but I gotta tell you because this is, I can't keep this a secret from you.
I'm gonna close the door behind us. No, I don't think you should
Oh, I
tell the
thought you left
authorities.
like Samus.
No,
Listen, it's Samus's choice to be outside.
I'm like, no, you shouldn't tell authorities about this.
Okay,
I don't
Kev,
think-
you show up now.
Okay.
You,
Oh,
you
hello,
just hear
Franklin.
you just hear you shouldn't tell authorities about this.
If anything, the
Hello,
only
Franklin.
people. Okay, we.
Sorry, my
we could
friend, the
tell-
great Batman, sent me. You're familiar with that connect.
Yes, Chaos, come on
Right,
in.
yes, of course.
No, we can tell Enoch about it. We shouldn't tell locals.
Speaking
About
of, Tim, what is
Mhm.
Enoch doing?
Yes, I'm sorry.
What?
Cut,
what he
cut to
done
the
when-
cobblestone, and he's just passed it.
He's just getting hammered.
Rose
I
left
assume-
him a good parting gift.
I assume he would have gone somewhere specific when he got in town.
Yeah, he did. He went to meet with one of his friends to ask them about when he can. Basically, what the Duke's schedule is like and when is a good time to approach him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Um,
Okay. I'm
that's
saying he's
kind of what
probably
we-
going to be in that meeting for a while. Because
Yeah.
bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
it's one of his friends that just would know the schedule of the Duke.
Oh, okay. It's not like he's going to appeal.
He's
the
not
meeting.
going to the Duke. He's
Okay.
going to a friend in the city.
Gotcha. Okay. He might show up then in later, in at some point in this conversation. But continue your thing.
Oh,
It-
So, Samus, are you outside the room or did you come in?
Since everyone else is going in to listen to the crazy man talk, I'll go in too.
Okay.
great. Listen, I know I tell stories and they can be wild and exaggerated, but I promise I am telling you simply the facts as they happened.
Ah,
I will say, I think Bertold, once he did the insight, had a very definite shift and was very much like communicating that of like, okay, I'm taking this seriously. Sorry, I
Okay,
doubted
great.
you.
Great.
Just with body language, though.
It's okay. I would doubt me too. Don't worry. But I met an elven princess.
Pose, me too.
We've been talking for like 10 minutes, and you've only said I met a woman.
This
This is a lot of justifications and not a lot of story.
Okay, yes. Well, listen.
I do believe him.
Yume was her name, and she had a pet companion, I suppose, who is pretty terrifying. Looks like a giant cat with tendrils coming out of its back. I don't have any context for it, but it didn't hurt me. Listen to her. And she said she has this ability, and she said she could show me this ability. I thought, oh, wonderful, lovely. I love new abilities and experiences and whatnot. And so she touched me, and we went to not here. My body fell unconscious. I was no longer incited, and we were here but elsewhere.
Franklin, I believe
You mean a love hotel?
that you're not trying to lie to us. You also strike me as the kind of person who has these sorts of adventures frequently.
Oh, I wish.
Oh my god.
I would like
Listen.
to do the appropriate check to try and figure out what
If I'm high.
this creature. No, what the creature he's
Can we do a
describing
medicine
is.
check?
Give me Arcana. You don't recognize that, like that
Appropriate.
yeah, you're just like,
Hey,
nope, don't know what that is.
hey,
Can I
Sam,
check to see if he's high?
Resolve that first.
Give me an insight.
Oh.
Again. He's probably not high.
What is the distance and direction to the closest demon within 30 miles?
What?
Oh yeah, because of your armor.
Oh.
1 second.
So
I have to-
Rampage
Is it
shoots like a bullet through the
15
window.
feet.
I am fairly certain it is not in the city, but Sam could refute me.
I have to look up what if this is.
Well,
what
my
type
concern
of-
isn't if it's in the city. My concern is if it's in this
in
room
Franklin.
and it's that
Yeah.
elf girl.
Mm.
supposed
Then
elf
30
girl.
Then this is actually interesting. I don't think. I need to ask Tim something quick through the chat.
Consulting lore man.
Incredible.
I'm pretty. Are you high? I rolled a 20 to 3 to see if you're high.
He's not high.
I am stone cold sober.
There's
Great.
not, you do not get any senses that there's anything within 30 miles of you that is a demon.
But he
Okay.
could be under a spell. Your Arcana
I suppose I
didn't
could.
crack it. Sorry, I'm
I'm
just
pretty
playing.
sure he explicitly mentioned or admitted to be under to being under a spell.
Previously, yeah. Not at the moment. Torrid, on the other hand.
Under the spell of that sexy tendril cat.
Interesting that that's what you're
Yeah.
focused on. I don't know what Yume did, but when she did it, I was here in my body and Torrid fell unconscious. I watched him fall in the doorway and dragged him into the bed.
Okay, assuming that this elven princess took you to a secret place and then brought you back and then took Torrid to this secret place, did she tell you anything of note or otherwise betray why she did that in the first place?
She called it the ethereal plane, and she said it was an innate ability that she had, and she wanted to show it to me. I was sharing with her some of my music and this sort of thing, and we were becoming friends, and she said, hey, I can do this thing, and I want to show it to you, and she did it, and brought me there, and now you're caught up. You know what I know.
Were they really becoming friends?
Yeah, you're skipping out on a lot of details, and
Yes.
you're allowing us to fill in the context for you.
Okay. Well, I mean, she was asking for directions. To the wall, to the dragon wall. She wanted to go to the dragon wall. Sorry,
Interesting.
this after everything that happened afterwards. This bit of context.
You've
is a little
been
blurry,
through a
but-
lot.
Yeah,
and
she
we have
had
some
to talk to
stuff-
somebody.
Do you know who that was?
Sam, can I roll like a history check? I don't
Yeah.
remember who she was looking for exactly.
Was it a blind samurai elf?
I don't. I don't think so. She may not have given me a name. I really can't remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I know who she's rolling for.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
you know,
can't
she was
remember.
looking for somebody at the wall. Or
Yeah.
No, she was looking for, somebody at the wall, but she was also looking for, there was another contact she had in Borealis before she got to the wall. She's basically
right.
kind of lost and like, I need to go, what's the best way to go that way? But she had to stop in Borealis and then go to the wall.
right. And I tried to point her directions, but then this all happened.
And this giant cat with tendrils was also in reality, and then also in the ethereal plane, and then back here, and then went back to the plane with Torrid.
I don't think
don't
he
know
said
if it ever
that.
came back here. I think it came to the ethereal plane with us. I don't know. It's very stealthy, and I lost track of it multiple times. I'm very good at hiding in the shadows. But it always stayed around Yume. And I think it was in the plane with us. And I think it still is in the ethereal plane. That's all I know.
And you can see from this ethereal plane into where we are now, correct?
Yes. Things are muted, but I could see you all, and I recognized you all, and I think I could hear you too.
Yeah, but we obviously couldn't hear you.
Right. So I assume that Torrid can see and hear us right now, even though he's unconscious.
As well as you may.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I will, I'm going to go to another room, and I will ask Yume to follow me briefly.
Future! Okay,
Incredible.
sure. So you ask that and walk into another room.
But you
Yes.
weren't actually able to navigate this plane of existence in the ethereal plane. You were kind of stuck in the same place? or you chose to hang around where your body was?
Maybe Sam can clarify that. Did I
So
just
as far
follow
as
my
you know-
body?
As far as you know, while you were there, you may just kind of walked with you as you guys followed your body, basically, all the way here.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, a lot of things here in this plane were replicated over there, so we could, walk along the road and everything. So we just followed you.
Last question. When you came back to this body, or this plane, I suppose, did you have to be within, like, physical contact distance of your body to re-enter into this plane?
I was not touching my body, but I was near it, but I couldn't tell you if that's a requirement or not. Yume did it. I don't. It just happened.
I just find it interesting that this magical princess and her giant cat are just so happen to not have bodies to leave. Alright.
And I wish I could explain that to you too, but I have no idea. Her entire body seems to travel, and for some reason, mine didn't, and Torrid didn't. I don't know why.
I am raising an eyebrow through this entire conversation. Even though
I think Bertold has left by this point to go
Sure.
talk with Yume.
Sure.
Mhm.
We'll cut over to you.
Monologue
guys.
at Yume.
Yeah. So you walk into just another. We'll just say there's another empty room next to your guys'.
Yeah.
Just walk in there, close the door.
Yeah,
Okay. What do you do?
I will take out my amulet and just say out loud. I don't know who you're looking for. Hopefully this might. I don't know what information this will tell you, but I would like you to look at this, and I'll hold it out for like a minute.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And then just like put it back and say, I hope that you will be able to return to where we are now and we can have a discussion, because I've been looking for a long time for someone who can understand Elvish. And I'm curious why you would have been looking for someone where I come from as a contact, because I can't imagine that there are many people anymore that know of the elves personally.
There
Great.
is- Yep. Excellent.
Interesting.
Alright, I will then say, I apologize if this was of no help for either of us, but we should return to the others. And then walk back.
Okay.
Any luck when you enter the door?
He's talking to you.
As about as much as I expected, given this ethereal plane stuff or whatever.
Mhm.
I doubt that we can. Now that Franklin's back here, I doubt we can get anything from Torrid. Torrid doesn't have the ability to tell us things from another plane, and I don't think our elf friend does either, or his elf friend, I should say. I don't know if we're friends yet, but
I mean,
She's pretty friendly.
while you, everyone, while you're here having this conversation, everybody give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Let's go, baby.
Okay, so Samus and Bertold, while having this out of the corner of your eye and like, kind of like, so I'm gonna assume there's a window in here and there's sunlight coming through the window.
Wait, Samus
So-
isn't in the room, isn't she?
And I did come back in
You did come back. Okay, sorry.
to listen to the crazy people.
Yeah. So, but the light, it comes straight in through the window, so there's like a corner there, and you see the corner. It's like a stark contrast of like light to shadow. You see like what almost looks like this shape of a large cat kind of like move through the shadow and kind of like sit there in the darkness, and you can just kind of see like this outline of this large cat sitting in the corner, just like perched there, and these two tentacles are coming out of its back.
Okay.
Who else sees that?
Bertold and Samus.
Okay.
Fucking Lovecraftian
And it-
Cheshire cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love to
Basically.
make another attempt to figure out what the hell this thing is.
Sure, give me another. I guess you could do. Yeah, it'd probably be Arcana still.
Better this time.
Hey.
You're like racking your brain for like. I feel like I've seen this in something, and like from the studies you've done in your youth of just random stuff, like you're like, that's a displacer beast.
Yep.
And generally like the lore behind them they are like these evil entities that come and steal people in the night and take them off to who knows where.
Very cuddly.
Sorry, I was laughing at Gabe's post.
Yeah.
Keep up.
Okay. I won't say anything about that right away.
Samus,
We have a lot of things to get through.
you guys
I'll
just
try the Arcana check too. I don't know
Okay.
what it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tim
You
has no
definitely
clue.
don't know what it is.
You're like, that's
Weird
that
fucking
weird
cat
look-
right over
that's
there.
weird looking.
Axel?
Very strange.
Axel?
You're not supposed to be here.
Ramvik, was that you raising your hand because you wanted to say something?
No.
Okay.
That's just his response to everything.
Waves at the cat.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sits there, it's there for like a little bit, and then it just kind of like melds back into the shadow, and it's gone. And just another empty room.
Well,
I will just, in response to that, also just quickly look and see, without saying anything, using my absurd perception, is there anything there, like, left behind?
You see, not without,
I did roll
like,
very well, and I don't have a fix for that,
you
so,
don't really see anything.
yeah.
Perhaps, maybe you kind of get a peculiar smell in the air,
Mhm.
but not much else.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, so that happens. I will say at this point, Enoch has returned. And he you just hear a tap on the door, probably.
Oh man. Do we tell Enoch about this, or do we keep it a secret?
Tell Enoch about what?
We tell Enoch about this because Enoch is one of the few people we trust fully.
Okay. I thought so. I just wanted to, make sure.
Yes. Hello,
I'm right
Enoch.
here
We didn't even see him enter the room. It's just he just looked down and he's there. Oh, hi.
I'm simultaneously playing my bagpipes and listening in with.
What are we telling Enoch about?
Are you familiar with a giant tendrily cat and an elven princess pulling people into other dimensions?
I sure am not. That sounds pretty crazy.
Well, we tried.
I'll just
We told him.
Whole conversation.
yeah. I will throw in the part that I believe that the cat is actually a displacer beast.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
what's that?
I think he
I don't know if he would, Sam. To be
Enoch,
perfectly honest with you.
Arcana!
Enoch better roll better Arcana than me.
Right.
I'm gonna roll for him.
You can always set the DC really high.
I mean, they already set a DC because they already asked you people to roll, so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it would be.
I
Yeah,
maybe
21.
read about it once. That does sound like a Fey beast. Don't know. That's crazy. There shouldn't be any Fey beasts.
In short,
Here.
shit be whack, yo.
Yeah. we are currently experiencing a variety of things like that. We should probably go through the stuff we've uncovered as well. Now that we've got a bit more settled some of the other goings on, we do have some pressing matters to deal with, do we not?
Yes, I will go first. We found a great portobello mushroom place.
Good for you.
Nice.
Honestly, you
Let's
might
go
want to check
back
that out
right
later.
You're
now.
gonna have to take me there. Yeah,
The
absolutely.
people who are not affected.
I'm not
Yeah.
affected, but I still.
Franklin just likes mushrooms.
Yeah, exactly. Portobello specifically.
I am affected.
Oh no.
And Portobello sounds.
Okay.
If we're sharing leads, I managed to, under the guise of, apologizing for a lapse in progress in building her yacht, I managed to snag a meeting with Jack's cousin. Her name was. Nope. Clarence was the guy at the desk.
Also starts with the C.
I believe it was Charlie.
It was
Clementine?
Courtney.
Oh, was it Clementine?
No.
Oh,
Charlie's Charles' wife.
Yes.
It was Courtney.
Courtney, right.
We have done a lot of C names today.
Apparently.
That is
Charlene, Courtney,
unintentional.
Cologne.
That's been unintentional, really
Cologne.
funny.
Jack's dad's name was going to be Carl. Carl Taggart.
Oh.
But yes, I have
Is it
set up
spelled
a
with a
meeting
K
with
or a C?
The one that kills people.
Oh no.
if you ask
So I'm hoping to
future
be able to.
historians, they'll spell it both ways.
So I'm hoping to be able to maybe gain more information on Jack's whereabouts, his condition, and his activities. That little interaction with her.
We'll share my bit then on what I gathered trying to get near the dungeons. And I will also conspicuously leave out how I knew how to go there and how exactly I managed to get my way in there. I figure
Great idea.
you people don't care about those.
How did you manage to go there? How did you know?
Where am I?
I'm very good at what I do, okay?
This guy's suspicious as fuck.
That's
Enoch,
nice, old man.
I haven't had
Yeah,
many meetings
wait.
with you, Enoch, but you
Is the
seem grouchier
accusation
than the
here
last
he's
time I talked
secretly
to
a-
you.
Is the
I'm
accusation
not
here?
hey!
Is the accusation here that he's secretly a dungeon guard?
No, it's that he's kidnapping people. At least for what I've gathered, he is taking prisoners transferred from the jail into the dungeons and using them for necromancy, most likely.
Well, I guess
No.
I'll go next.
All right, go
No.
ahead, Enoch.
People have to be dead to be used for necromancy. That's stupid. You're stupid.
You can kill people after you kidnap them. And then use them for necromancy.
Seems like a lot
feel
of
like
work
that's
when
the
you
usual-
can just get dead people.
Yeah, well,
I'm
Seems
not
like you've
bothered
thought
to
about
argue with this.
the logistics of necromancy quite a bit.
I'm
Yeah,
not
what do
a-
you got for us?
No, I think what has happened is that Ramvik has had to think a lot about the logistics of transporting live people as part of the mercenary business.
Could save.
Not counting his last bout.
It's
No, I mean, sometimes
way
you want
easier.
them alive.
Way easier to bring dead people around, even if you keep them whole.
They don't fight back, at least.
You know, maybe you could look into necromancy and then bring them back alive after you transport your dead body.
Who
The
are you
implication
suggesting
being they're
learns
gonna
in
pay twice
necromancy?
if I bring them back dead and alive?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Don't you see the logic in that?
I think at most, the most you would get is a bump up to the alive.
Jump cut to 20 years later, and Archmagus Ramvik leading an army of undead.
God.
Army of undead that he specifically uses for bounties.
You had to say it, Kaovis. That was 20 years ago. What are you talking about?
How did he raise his intelligence that much?
I do not qualify for wizard multi-class.
He just really, really sucks as a wizard.
While you guys are having this,
Spat.
but before Enoch shares, everyone give me a quick history check.
Okay.
Baby.
20.
Good frickin' rolls, man.
Where did I put the frickin' button? History.
Okay, so Ramvik totally forgets this. But
What is
the rest of you, because it wasn't that hard of a check, you all remember when you left the city, Kohiko was in the jail.
Mm-hmm.
I will bring that up. That they
We're
didn't
told to
mention
remember
that.
like what color Hiko's underwear is with that crit.
Oh, God.
What? Why is Kahiko in
I
town?
have a lock on Kahiko. I know where he is right now.
Bertold will just be like, guys, one of those people might also be Gahiko.
Oh, no.
Well, the good news is that they're probably not going to kill him because he's already mind controlled anyway.
And the bad news?
It's
that
entirely
was also the
possible
bad
that these
news.
are two different threats from two different people, and so that doesn't change anything.
Nice of you to think that.
That was a really astute observation. Ramvik.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna mind control a zombie?
I think
I mean,
that's
maybe.
a different thing, but
Very bitter Ramvik.
So anyway, yeah, let's go pick up Kahiko.
Okay.
We haven't had Kahiko in a long time.
Isn't Kahiko
It's
like
been less than a week.
really far away?
No, he's in the jail. you
He's
guys
in the
left
He
jail.
was
in
in the
his
jail,
town.
at least.
The how far away is
Here.
that town that we? Is it the local town we are in now?
Yes, it's the town
Yeah.
that we are
Overlake,
currently in.
Oh, okay. I thought. Okay, gotcha. Good enough.
So Enoch will share before you guys do anything.
Oh,
Okay.
also one more thing. When did they say that they were going to be executing prisoners, or did they just say that they're executing prisoners?
They thought they would be. They didn't even know that they would definitively. They thought they would be.
Oh, okay, so
I
nothing.
will
Okay.
also just drop the part about Marcus
Mm-hmm.
just for like increasing the information available to the rest of the group as well, so that they are because some of them occasionally have brilliant flashes of insight.
Can you
It's
remind
important
me
for
what?
them to know that I did see one of the Centurions walking into the palace
Mm,
as I was leaving, and they seemed to go in through the front gate.
It's weird that the Centurions are humans. They don't usually live that long.
anyway,
Do I remember Marcus?
You remember one of the Centurions' name is Marcus.
Okay.
But you don't remember his wife's name.
He
Well, I
wasn't
didn't
the
ask
one
Mark.
you asked for his, about
Mark.
his wife.
There you
Why
go,
did you say that name?
Oh my goodness.
Why do weird men dress as
Next
Batman
time we meet him, prove you're the real one. What's the name of your wife?
All right, Enoch.
Okay.
Here.
Well, I was in town. I met with one of my friends, a shop vendor. She usually knows the goings on of everyone in town, somehow.
Creepy.
Yeah, a little bit. She knows that, I asked her for basically the schedule of the Duke, so that we might have a good time to go and talk with him. Once we have evidence, of course. I learned that there is a gala going on, not tonight, but tomorrow night, that we may
Gala?
be able to talk to him at. Yes. This gala might be a good chance for me to approach him. I could probably bring one of you with me, although I'm sure some other of you may be able to procure some sort of invitation.
So I'm sorry. Did he say scholar or someone named Scala?
A gala.
Gala,
There
a
was gala
ball,
going on.
an event.
A gala
Gala.
is the type of like big frou-frou get together, dance and talk, and
Yeah.
mhm.
A party.
it's supposed to be a party. It always just devolves into politics, as
I
everyone
misheard.
tries to like further their agendas.
Mhm, mhm,
Please
mhm.
continue.
Fancy party.
My kind of place.
I could probably bring one person as my +1, but it's possible that some of the rest of you may be able to join. After all, there are some. Well, it's only if you wish to come with me, I suppose. Then there is the matter of the fact the royal family seems to have sent some sort of missive to Queen Mary for her support in this coming war that it seems that they are preparing for.
That is a
behind the
problem.
scenes. I don't know if it's a problem per se for them, but it does a problem if we don't want the war to happen in the first place.
War means people dying. I prefer
Yeah.
to avoid them.
And people dying around a necromancer tends to be a bad thing.
That's also a factor, though not my first Not the most important part of why don't we want people dying.
Indeed.
What's your job again?
Mine?
No.
Mine?
Yeah.
Adventurer?
And what was your hang up again?
Freelancer.
Look, if I'm gonna kill people, they better deserve it. Deserving it might be trying to kill me, but they better deserve it for one reason.
He's
Or
trying to
having
not be a murder hobo.
Yeah.
Literally, out of character, Bertold is like one of those people who's like, no, I just want to not, like, I want to just help people mostly, or like do good things. But
Boo.
And
he may or may not have.
a murder hobo. He's a murder orphan hobo.
Oh,
Orphan murder hobo.
Excuse you.
Anyway,
So,
There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with murder orphan hobo.
so I'd say it's probably close to the time when you guys would be needing to go meet the Centurions if you're still going to do that.
I think we should to keep up appearances.
I'll go tell them to change the meeting place to the Portobello Mushroom Restaurant.
Oh, thank you.
I fly
Good
out the
thinking,
window.
Ranvik.
Also-
Okay, I guess we're doing that now.
I'd like to point out I have not told any of you where that restaurant is.
It's
gonna
okay, I
follow
can
you.
probably find it.
And none of you have told me where we're meeting the Centurions.
That's
I think you were there when we decided.
Yes,
He
he would have
flew
been there.
straight over
No.
the wall.
No, he flew
No.
straight over the wall.
before
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
said jack shit.
I would say before we realize this, Ranvik is probably already gone.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
So this is a moot point.
So,
So,
someone's gonna go
Where's
meet.
the Portobello place?
Also, to confirm, was Marcus one of the Centurions that came along with us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
just make-
I will say that we should probably have someone here to watch Torrid's body, unless you think he's just safe within our room.
Be back in 2 minutes.
I'll wait here. I kind of expect that Ramvik might come bursting through the window. in a few
Yeah,
minutes here, so
That sounds
I'll
like
cover
Ranvik.
that.
I need to
Our
shield Torrid from the
explanation will
glass
be
shards.
Our explanation will be Ramvik. I'll cover you.
I will actually make sure the window is open so that nothing breaks on his way in.
Yeah.
Ironically, you do not have a weird desire to eat mushrooms, so this kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Enoch, this gala that you mentioned, how many sort of mercantile folk would show up there, and how exclusive is this gala as far as
Are you
invitation
in-
and permission
Are
to
you
attend?
like dressed as Batman right now, or
No, I'm Kaelis right now.
He like
Okay.
looks you over. If you're fairly rich, I would say you probably already have an invitation. Do you?
See,
not?
that's what I thought. But
An
I wasn't
informal
sure.
one if anything else. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, I'm just trying to see if I can go in without being the plus one.
I think I may be able to find, well, I do have a gig, I've got some performance chops, and if I can find whoever's handling the entertainment for the event, I may be able to just get on the roster.
Could be useful.
Awesome.
I
What?
think Bertel is going to try and actually pull out his proper name and bluff his way in a little bit by pretending that he's still relevant.
Okay, so I assume you guys are still gonna go meet the Centurions and then suggest
Oh,
you go to
yes.
the restaurant? Okay.
Yeah,
So as you guys
I want to
are
talk to Marcus.
as you're exiting the tavern, probably like the person at the front desk or the bar or whatever, it's like a tavern inn sort of thing. As you guys come down the stairs, someone will say, "Oh, Mr. Wayne, a correspondence came for you."
Ah, yes,
Uh,
thank you. I've been expecting.
and it's a letter, and it is from the Duke's niece or whatever, and included in the letter of like, yes, it'd be lovely to meet you, this whole thing like that. Two things. One, there is a invitation to the gala,
Yay.
included within the thing, and it states that you may you can bring a +1 if you have one. And you also note that the letter has been sprayed with a little bit of perfume.
Oh my.
Oh my.
That's an interesting combination.
I mean, Kaevis
It is
Lane's
noble.
probably a pretty eligible bachelor. Just saying.
The delivery woman tells you that if you do not have a +1, one will be provided for you.
Actually, I was thinking like if I take a +1, is she just gonna flip me off? Is the right answer here like I don't have a +1?
The funny one is you bring Samus as your +1.
Damn, that was Bertold's plan.
That was the funniest. That's the funniest option.
Samus, we're gonna make you a star.
Alright.
Well, too bad.
Are we dueling this noble woman? I think I can win that one.
So as you guys are figuring that out, you go and you meet with the Centurions. So 4 of them came with you guys. 3 of them are there at the rendezvous point. They said that as you guys are meeting with them there or whatever, like you run into them, they said that Marcus is late. Like Marcus has not rendezvoused at the time. He is still, and at the first part they shrug it off as he might have actually found something, and if he is, he might be laying low, or that sort of a thing. But that is,
I can't show up as Kaevis to them because they don't. No, wait, I did tell them I was friends. Okay, no, we're fine. That one-off bullshit line worked. Okay. Alright.
I'm gonna assume at some point you guys, as you're here, you see Ramvik fly over your heads.
Incredible.
Yeah, that sounds like Ramvik. I will,
Do we have enough invited and +1s for everyone to be at the gala?
I will try and bullshit my way in. But that's not fully reliable, but so you're gonna try and get in as part of the entertainment.
Yeah.
Well, so as real talk, I kind of don't want to bring Samus because if Samus is seen as my date, then that might close off this lady who's maybe romantically interested. If I bring in someone else who's like, oh yeah, they really wanted to attend the gala, really thankful that you gave me an invitation, then she might just write it off as whatever. I could actually spend some more time with her and grill her.
Mm-hmm.
But in like a yeah.
Phrasing.
Yeah.
In a totally but kind of sexual way. But non-sexual. Only as sexual as it needs to be without actually being sexual for me to have the information and then cut the sex off and take my leave.
So, with that, as you guys
Such a
figure out
tease
how
over here.
you guys can think about what you want to do, how to get into the gala, that sort of a thing. But that is where we will pick up next time on D&D.
Incredible.
What a way to end it.
Yeah.